if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's freaking go! Let the show begin. All right, take your seats, ladies and gents. Happy Friday, all. I'm back with another Peti Kish on Live. It's Friday, end of the week. Time to relax a bit, time to chill out. Let's talk about some interesting topics that went through the week here and there. Most of it is going to be gaming. I feel like I'm just becoming a gaming channel, and like sometimes I have movies and TV shows to talk about, but the pulp culture aspect of it has been super weird recently, and I've been kind of lacking in that department. I'm sorry about that, in pulp culture stuff. But this is pretty much a podcast, so we talk about pretty much anything that interests me or interests, people on the channel itself, kind of deal. That's what we do here, and we just talk about things, think about things, just look at it a different perspective sometimes, and then just see how it is. Because sometimes if you go on these, podcasts in different areas, especially with me, I actually have to like look into it and be like, oh, this would be an interesting topic to go through, during the week kind of deal. But yeah, what episode is this? I think it's episode like 23 now. So we've been doing 23 episodes of this, not including like showing live streams where I, look at broadcasts of other, directs or showcases kind of deal. Those don't count, but this is our 23rd now. So, yeah, I can't believe we've been doing this since like the early this year, and now we're in 23. Every week there's a different one. Now it's becoming like there's two for each one, like 2 streams in a week, pretty much. Would like to do a third one, but instead, you guys got a nice video, a recap video from this Monday stream. You got a new one, which I'll be doing more of those. I have added 2 already to the channel. I think they're pretty good. If people don't want to watch the live streams, they can just watch some of the recaps, the ones that I thought would be kind of interesting to just add in there. So I put it in there. For sure. There's a lot there. I don't know. I'm like thinking about different things, guys, in general of what I can do to the channel. How can I change it up a bit, make it more interactive, more spicy, kind of deal. Not spicy, but like more interesting, I would say. Spicy meaning it's more, there's something interesting, something new to it. Give it a little more flair to it, to the channel kind of deal, I'm trying to think about different things that would be interesting. I really want to do gameplay stuff. I know that. I did have some live streams where I checked it out. It wasn't too good. The bit rate for, especially my internet, is so super slow. It's not good. The bit rate wasn't too good on that part of it. I would say the bit rate was not good for the game. I think you guys want to actually see it better. For this, it doesn't really matter. You can see it, but most of the time you're just going to hear me talk. So it's not that bad in general compared to like gameplay, which is more, I guess, more harder on my PC. Fortunately, that's just how it is. But yeah, I want to do that. I was thinking about, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, but I'm thinking about doing little like reviews, like little short reviews, like shorts, I would say, of art books I have, because I have like tons of art books, and I want to do like maybe like a review or something with maybe some music and showing of them. I don't know if I should make like a TikTok for that, which I've been saying this for a while. I will not create a TikTok account. I will not. I I just can't. I can't keep up with that stuff. I'm not in that mindset in what TikTok is doing, but I know there are some interesting things on TikTok, and there are people do find some good things on TikTok. I don't really care for it, to be honest. I don't care. But I don't know if there would be any interest of seeing any art books for shorts in on the channel on here on YouTube. I'm not sure. Depends how long the shorts are. I think YouTube shorts are now like 3 minutes long or something. It's a little bit more than what it used to be. I don't know what TikTok. Maybe there's longer for TikTok. I'm not sure. I gotta look into that one. For sure. But yeah. Yeah. But how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully you had a good week. It's been a really, I would say it's been a very, besides all the things that have been happening since last week, with the Charlie Kirk thing, which I don't want to really bring it up on here, but, all of that, it's just completely in the news constantly, 24/7. That's all you hear about, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that, obviously. I'm not going to really get into the nitty gritty of it all, Plus, it would go into a lot of politics, I would say. But also, I know it is a pulp culture thing, because what is going on, especially in the realm of entertainment, people are getting shunned because they're saying things that probably you should keep to yourself, kind of deal. So, yeah, there's a lot of firings happening and stuff in gaming, movies. All people that are working these companies are getting shunned because they've pretty much exposed themselves, as you say. And it's not looking too good. So, all that is still going on, which I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to get into that. I want to get into more of the gaming and the movie sphere of what's going on right now, in the background, because there are some interesting things to look at besides, all that, because I know a lot of people are doing that right now, is just talking about that all the time. I'm kind of, sick and tired of it if whatever, it's happening, because it's always constantly in your face, and it's getting to the point where I'm just getting tired of it. It is a bad thing that happened. I agree. It's really upsetting, but like, you gotta move on. So, just want to bring that up. That's why it was pretty much a slower week of info drops. So, I'm gonna make the best out of it and see what we can get out of today's stream, talking about things. So, we got a couple of things here. Not too much today, I would say. Maybe I'll add a couple of things here and there, but not as much as you expect, I would say. All right. So let's get into the fast topics then, guys. Enough of me blabbering about all the things for the channel. So let's see. Let's start with Nintendo. So Nintendo, as you remember, it was last week. The Nintendo Direct happened on a Friday, and we watched it, and it was kind of disappointing, to be honest. It was disappointing, like I said on Monday. I said it on my stream. And we find out actually now that they had that Mario Galaxies combo pack for 1 and 2 coming out. Well, we finally got the physical. There's a physical version of it coming out, not just digital. And guess how much the physical is, guys? Guess how much the game is in general? I think it was like $40 digitally, but physical went up. So, let me see here, guys. Also like the stream, guys. Like the stream. If you're here, if you're new here, sub. If you enjoy what I do here, I appreciate it, guys. Like the stream. We got pushed through the algorithm. Algorithm hasn't been too good to us recently. But we're pushing and moving forward. We're trying our best, guys. Come on. We need to push it. to a higher sub count. I'd appreciate if you could. I really would. If I would love to, if I can hit 300 this year, which I don't think that's going to happen. If I hit 300 or even 500 for that matter this year, that would be insane. But I doubt that because it's not a long time till the end of the year. So if it does happen, that would be amazing. All right. But here we go. Back to Nintendo. So we know the price about Nintendo's. Super Mario Galaxies 1 and 2 physical. Well, here it is. So by Wario64, he posted this, and it says Super Mario Galaxies plus Super Mario Galaxies 2 Switch pre-order available at Target at $70, $69.99. That's insane, dude. For an emulated game. I don't know if these are even HD remasters or if they tweaked it a bit or anything, but this is for Switch 1. Isn't that crazy? I know it's pricey. I'm looking forward to getting back into 2. Yeah, 70 for 2 Wii games ROMs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's literally 2 emulated games if you want to think about it. It's a ROM. I'm the guy waiting for half off. Yeah, good luck with that. That's not going to happen. Is there a Switch 2 version? No. No, there isn't. 70 for a rehash of 2 Wii games on Switch. Let me zoom in more here. When rehash of one of the best N64 games, a GameCube game, and one of these Wii games went for $60 is wild. That is true. That is true. Nintendo's so much more greedy now. They actually got me missing Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Holy shnikes. Is Mario Galaxies 1 in the version any different from the older previous Mario bundle on Switch? No. It's the same thing, probably. I'll use my 50% off DoorDash after to get it from Best Buy. Okay. Thank God I still have the Wii version. Yup. Dog, they didn't even bother to make new box art. Yup. So, yeah. People are kind of iffy with this. And they should be. It's dumb. Why is Nintendo pricing these ROM games for $70? Rehash Wii games is beyond unthinkable. Like, easily this game, I would say highest price, $40. $40 for the highest. Smallest, I would say 20 or 30 would be okay. I would say, okay, that's passable. But it's Nintendo. And you know Nintendo, when it comes to their pricing and when they actually go off, the pricing for these games, when they're actually on sale. Literally never. And the sale is usually just like $5 or $10 off. That's it. So if it's a $60 or $70 game, it's going to be $50. It's going to be $60 or whatever from $70. Like, not much of a difference, but yeah, it's crazy.
Holy shit.
It's crazy. Holy shit indeed. Nintendo is so greedy. I don't understand. I really don't understand why Nintendo's like this recently. They've been like this, but they're just getting worse and worse by the minute. All right. Next fast topic, guys. I just saw this recently. It's a smaller one. So I guess if you're a Bloodborne fan, you might have to wait longer for anything Bloodborne related thing because no progress on Bloodborne remake, it's claimed. So what's happening is Bloodborne remake might never arrive after all. So there was this podcast I'm going to sum it up for you guys. There was this podcast, and they were talking about Bloodborne and some recent things about it. And it's pretty much saying that they, like, Sony, I guess, or From Software, know that people want Bloodborne, but they're not really telling you why they just haven't started on it or anything. They're just silent about the whole thing. I don't know why. So, reliable insider Jeff Grubbs recently spoke about the Bloodborne remake during an episode of Games Moss podcast. Grubbs started that he checked in on the game relatively recently and has been continuing to hear that nothing is happening with Bloodborne. So don't expect that, which he could be getting bad info and they're actually working on it. Never know. This news must have definitely poured water on players' dreams that were expecting a Bloodborne remake or a Bloodborne PC announcement in the near future. Bloodborne is a game that players will be mentioned anytime there's a State of Play showcase, which I hear rumors PlayStation State of Play coming next week. So you'll see a live stream of that as well. Me reacting to it. Check that out. But everyone always expecting some announcements when From Software revealed for Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, yeah, so the other game, yeah. Another news. Okay, so a new claim states that there's been no progress towards Bloodborne remake to recent times. So it's still hush-hush, but nothing, it seems like nothing's being made, like a remake, remaster of this game, which it really needs because the frame drop and the graphics are not as good anymore from 2015. So this one really needs it the most. From all the PlayStation 4 games, I feel like this one needed the most upgrade from a lot of them. Because I love Bloodborne, I would get this easily. I would get this. And if they added, like, made the UI a little bit better, made some movements a bit better in some way, like if they remade it, obviously, added some easy co-op kind of game to it too, so people can play together. Still keep it, single player focused, but if they want, you could do a co-op feature. I think Bloodborne would be great. Even if not make a remake or remaster of Bloodborne, which I think would be easier than making Bloodborne 2, pretty much, but I don't know. We'll see. Bloodborne has been on people's radars for a long time, and Sony and From Software have something. Maybe there's like an NDA of maybe an IP something problem going on between them. I don't know. But Sony doesn't really want to bring up Bloodborne. But they know people want Bloodborne. It's a given. They see it all the time. So, yeah, that's Bloodborne for you. Interesting. We'll see how that goes in the near future. We'll see. I feel like it will happen. It's going to take a while. And if it does happen, it'll be on the PlayStation 6. Or it's a PlayStation 6 or PC port kind of deal. All right, guys. We got more stuff here. More crazy stuff going on. So here we go, guys. So more updates on the Resident Evil movie that's coming out by Zach Kreger, the new film, Resident Evil. So Resident Evil movie will not feature Leon Kennedy, director confirms. Which I thought that's going to happen. Since, he said he looped RE4 a long time, like we talked about in our other videos and live streams. That he said he's not going to bring the main cast or the story itself from the Resident Evil games. How I feel about that, I'm iffy about. But if he tells a good story in the world, which I'm like, you're kind of using the name Resident Evil without making it Resident Evil with the characters and everything. I don't know. That's just weird. I feel like you could be in the world of Resident Evil. I said it could work in some way. It's just we saw that with the first the Mila Jovovich movie, the first one, and it was nothing like Resident Evil, but it was in the world of Resident Evil kind of deal. Now the second one, they added actually people from the games in it, and yeah, it was just they added more fan service kind of thing from the games into it because people said that this is not Resident Evil. What is this kind of deal? You know, it has zombies, yeah. It has zombie dogs, yeah. But yeah, research facility, all this, but it was nothing like the essence of Resident Evil. Not getting wrong with it is it's a decent movie. I think 1 and 2 are probably the better ones. But it's not really Resident Evil, to be honest. 2, a little bit, I guess, with the characters. Nemesis, Jill, Carlos, I guess. But it's still not really Resident Evil-ish, you know? It's more action-y. So Resident Evil movie is an original story, and Leon Kennedy won't be there. I thought so. It's going to be completely different. During an interview, Resident Evil movie director Zach Kreger discussed why Leon Kennedy was not included in the movie. I don't even know why they would ask a question like that. Like, will the original cast of Resident Evil, the original players in the game, be in it? No. Kreger first confirmed that the Resident Evil movie features an entirely original story. Okay. He added that fans will feel that this is very Zacky when they watch the film. It's just that it takes place in the Resident Evil world. Kreger feels that the fans of the games will not be bummed, and sentiment he has expressed before as well. So it won't disappoint. It's good for newcomers that haven't watched Resident Evil before or played it. And it's probably going to be interesting for the people that played the games for this one. I don't know. Talking about Leon S. Kennedy in the Resident Evil movie, Kreger started that he will not be stealing the character for an original story. However, the director added that he respects the games to ensure the story is told within the Resident Evil canon, which means that everything players love from the games will remain intact. Players will appreciate that the director is taking the extra effort not to mess with the canon that the games have created over the years. Okay, so he's not messing with canon. He's just using the IP and he's expanding on it. That's all he's doing. Which I said, if they wanted to do a separate story to Resident Evil, you know, some people will argue that's kind of stupid because it feels like the story's already written for you in the games. It feels like a movie already. But maybe he's just like, I don't want to ruin anything what Capcom has made, you know, during the years. I don't want to ruin the story itself. I want to do it in a separate, my own separate story of what would happen in this world. Could be good. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it won't have as much legs than having these characters that people love, but I don't know. It could work. It could work. I'm not saying it can't. It could. It could work. We got more though for Resident Evil. Here we go. Let me see. So we got Fantastic Four-star joins live-action Resident Evil film. So we have actually another casting here. So the film is started to release on September 18th, 2026. Paul Walter Hutzer joins Austin Abrams in Sony's Resident Evil movie. He's going to play someone. We don't know who. What's going on? This is the new casting. This guy, he started in the Marvel's Fantastic Four recently. These are the movies. First Steps as Mole Man before doing the Naked Gun as Cap Ed Hawken Jr. Even more so, the actor has won several awards, including an Emmy and a Golden Globe for his role in Apple TV's The Blackbird. So, yeah, we got this guy. He's going to be an actor playing in this movie. So we have this info as well. So, yeah, it seems like the Resident Evil movie is going along as planned. Nothing's changed about that. Just a little update there. Next one, guys, here we got Mindseye. Remember Mindseye, that broken game that came out and people played it and then forgot about it? Well, Mindseye actor believed game's flop could end his career, which is a shame. I think he could be a good actor. He's the actor, I think, played in Mafia 3 as well. So he's been in things, but for some reason he has no luck, and it keeps on getting worse for him to get roles, I guess. From bad to worse. In 2016, Alex Hernandez played the lead role of Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3, a game that suffered miserably at launch from bugs and optimization issues. Same with this game. It was seen as a pitfall of series by many, and the flawed open world model is offered was pulled back for the recent launch of Mafia: The Old Country. Fast forward to 2025, and Hernandez is fronting Mindseye, yet another failed game. I remember all the shill legacy media journalists talking how this game was so good, and then they just couldn't anymore, and this game was actually trash. It had potential, but it was trash. It prompted the actor to question whether he has some where is it? I forgot. The actors question whether he some internal abilities to kill that which he touches. During a recent episode of the FRVR podcast, Hernandez explained what he meant. I'm not a superstitious man. Do I have like the opposite of the golden touch? Like the shit brown touch, everything I touch turns to poop. Yeah. That's not just him. I feel like it's the game devs who are working on these games, and when these games come out, they're not. It's also, I think, it has to do with a lot of like the CEOs, HR, all these people that want like a deadline for these games to come out, but these games are actually need more time cleaning out and time to actually be playable. They don't do it. So they release it broken messes, the AAA games. It's not his fault at all. It's not. It's not him to blame that he's getting shitty roles or he's getting shitty games. But yeah. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to figure out what will stick and what will not. He went on to talk about the launch of Mindseye, specifically addressing the innermost thoughts about the future on a very real level. I was like, I might never work in a game again. One of the caveats of being the face on the box is that people, rightly or wrongly, will associate all of their opinions and more importantly, their emotions about the game with my face. Yeah, that's what I've been saying for a while. I don't think it's better to do game capture of people's faces in games. I said this a while back. I think original faces that we got in games before, like during like the PS2 era and some of PS3, they didn't really copy. Well, PS3, they started doing the more of the motion capture thing of actors. I think it was better when they mixed matched faces to not make it one to one to like an actor. I think that's what ruined a lot of special the special aspect of games trying to not be one to one the same. Or you can have not known actors or models like Capcom does for the Resident Evil, RE Engine games, the remakes, and all other sources, and just have the face as the model, and that's it. But he's the voice, the actor, and the face of the character itself, and it does, I guess, sour the experience of it. I know another actor the same way. He was in Days Gone. Deacon, I think his name Deacon or something. I forget. The guy in the motorcycle, the zombie motorcycle game. And then he was also in Force Unleashed. He was the apprentice. He's like the same almost, where he's getting roles, but he's not making the character. People know these characters, but they're not as well known, kind of deal. So it's hit or miss. Like I said, it's hit or miss. With these aspects, but it is tough. It is tough, and I hope he finds a role that actually works with him. Because I don't think he would be a bad actor at all. I don't think he's bad at what he does. It's just the games he works with are just messy games. Remember when Cyberpunk came out and they had Keanu Reeves and all that in there? Big name. That was a messy game. Keanu Reeves couldn't do anything about it. It's just the game came out unperfect. Over time, they fixed it up, so it made it better. I don't know about this game. This game might just crash and burn. I don't think there's any following for it. Let me just check Mindseye real quick, since we're going to be checking Borderlands too. Let's see Mindseye. How's it doing in SteamDB? Ooh.
Holy shit.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, Mindseye did not good numbers. That's really, really bad. And how much is this game priced right now? $60. Yeah, I would bring this down, patch it up, patch this game up, and bring the price down. Bring it down to 40 or even 50. Just bring it down. Just bring it down. That's how you can help this game. Patch it up and then fix it up and then bring the price down. If you want more sales. But yeah, that's pretty bad. That sucks. That does suck. Yikes. I didn't know that's how bad it was doing. It was that bad. Holy shit. That was bad. That was bad. Okay. What's next? What we got here? Okay. Next topic. Let's go into this one. I thought this would be a fun one. So Bonding Into Comics has this 6 best games that deserve a movie adaptation. So let's see what they are. We already see Life is Strange. So Life is Strange. We talked about this. It's happening. We known about this, that Life is Strange is coming now. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. So Life is Strange is coming. It's made by the guy, I forgot what his name was, something. But yeah, this is a given. I feel like this movie or this show or movie, is this series or movie? What is? Oh, movie adaptation. Well, it's going to be a TV series. So there you go. Red Dead Redemption. Oh, I can definitely see Red Dead Redemption being a movie or even a TV series. Actually, I think it would be better as a TV series, to be honest. A live action TV series. I can see it. I would start with Red Dead 1 and then Red Dead 2, but I could see it also doing Red Dead 2 and then Red Dead 1. I could see that in between those two. I don't know how they would split the seasons. I don't think a movie could fit all the story arcs of this game. It's so big. But yeah, Red Dead it does deserve one if it is made for sure. Detroit Becoming Human, yeah, I could see this too. I could see this like being one movie and then that's it. Or I can see it being a series, I guess. One season and then that's it kind of deal too. I don't know. Or like 2 seasons maybe and then that's it. I don't know. But I feel like it would just be difficult to adapt this kind of story, I guess. It could be made for sure. It's just I don't know, like how would people resonate for Detroit Becoming Human? I don't know. Mass Effect, yes. I've said this a while. You have $1 million IP on your hands if you can do Mass Effect correctly. I said that this should be a TV series, straight up. The next, Star Wars, the next Star Trek, you get Mass Effect. If you do it correctly, you could do a great job with this. This could be like the next big IP. Mass Effect's huge. And if they do it correctly and they get the perfect casting for everyone, all the characters, the story to be one-to-one kind of deal, it could be great. Like, I can see Henry Cavill playing Commander Shepard, straight up. But yeah, you would have female, male. Of course, they would probably pick the female one. Of course. But if it was actually interesting and, it's about, military fighting, off the Reapers, alien stuff, I think male would work better. I know some people would say, oh, female. I feel like it'd be like a vote. Like, they would have to vote for which Shepard they want more, male or female. I'm okay if they did female too. I just feel like male is just better in some instances. I don't know. But it's your choice. And I think the director, if he posted it, like, who would you want as Shepard? You want a female or male? I feel like a lot of people would pick male. I could be wrong. It could be female, but I feel like male would be the best choice. And I would pick Henry Cavill. Why wouldn't you pick Henry Cavill? Or who else could you put? Like Scott Eastwood? Scott Eastwood, maybe? Maybe. He could work as Shepard. I don't know. But, like, I would just pick all those actors that would work with this. Like, interesting ones. Great lore, great storytelling. Some great alien races, put in there. I don't know how they would use the CGI effects, but it'd be a really crazy idea if it worked out. I would enjoy it. Hollow Knight, yeah, I could see this. Now, this one I could see being animated. Hollow Knight would be animated. I could see this. Yeah, I could see this easily too. Hollow Knight, easily. Be it like an animated kind of show or a movie, for sure. Elder Scrolls, oh my gosh. The Elder Scrolls, but Elder Scrolls, yes, there's a big, each story, each version of Elder Scrolls has a main plot. But a lot of the side quests and other things you do it would be confusing to make in a TV series. But I could see TV series being the best for this, but as well as a movie, yeah, I could see it being like a adventure kind of story. I don't know. Elder Scrolls for one, I don't know. This one would be really hard. This one would be hard to adapt to anything into like a movie or a TV show. It would be too hard. I think it would be too hard. Same with Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect would be also a huge task, but it has like a story and where it's going to and what's happening kind of deal. While Elder Scrolls, I don't know. Like those two would be crazy, but it could be done. It could be done, but you would need really good writers and really talented actors, directors, people that work, really talented people. You can't have just half-assed, we're doing this like Witcher Netflix kind of deal. No, you can't do that. You can't do this for this one. There's no way. There's no way. Same with Mass Effect. There's no way. So, interesting though. Interesting. I like that premise of that for sure. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's get back here real quick. All right. So, yeah, that was cool. I like the movies and the things, games that would be into movies. And there's another one here. We could check this out real quick, too, here. From bonding into comics, from F-Zero to 1080 snowboarding. Here are 8 Nintendo originals that are in this desperate need of a sequel. Yes, those all need one. Let's see. F-Zero number 1. I've been saying this for a while. If Nintendo actually wants people to get a Switch 2 or get into Nintendo's thing, you get F-Zero out. I feel like there is an it's a meme by now, but I feel like people would get F-Zero. I don't know how big it would be, but F-Zero would be. It would be nice. It would be nice, especially for the old school fans out there. I think F-Zero would make crazy numbers. You would expect, because F-Zero wouldn't, but over the years, people realize how good F-Zero is now. Then even with Mario Kart or like Kirby Air Riders, they found out that F-Zero is really good. Like, it's fast paced. It's different compared to like a lot of other racing games out there with fast paced racers. It's close to like a Wipeout kind of game. Golden Sun, yes. Golden Sun would be cool. Come back to this. That RPG style kind of gameplay. I wouldn't be against it. Kid Icarus, heck yes. Heck yes. This needs it the most. It has one game and then one on 3DS that Sakurai made, which was pretty good. I don't think it can be made today, to be honest. I'm trying to think. It couldn't be made, I guess, because of the stylus. But I would like to see a port of that on the Switch if it will be, made for Kid Icarus, but it won't be. And Kid Icarus really needs more love, I would say. It has, like, Sakurai made, like, a world for itself. Before it was actually established in the 2D platformer, it was just all right at best. And this just blew it out of the water. So now people are like, I want, like, an animated movie or TV series out of it. I want, like, a new game out of it, like, kind of deal. People are craving for Kid Icarus. Wave Racer, yeah. I'd be okay with Wave Racer, but I feel like it would be a little bit under F-Zero. Wave Racer or even Excite Bike, any of those, I think would be cool. I would make them cheaper games. I wouldn't make them like $60, $70 games. I would definitely make them cheaper games for sure. But yeah, Wave Racer would be cool. Earthbound Mother. Oh, people have been wanting this for years. This one needs like a remaster, remake in some sort of way, but also a new one coming out. Maybe like a Mother 4 or Earthbound 4 kind of deal. Really needs it. 1080 snowboarding. Yeah, you could bring this back. If you're a fan of like snowboarding, I'm not really a big fan of this, but this is another game that I would sell for a little bit less than what, the market is. I feel like there is a market for a snowboarding game like 1080 too to come back for sure. Snowboard. Punch Out. Oh yeah, heck yeah. I said that for a while. Please, if that was even possible, remaster, remake the one on the Wii. That was a fantastic Punch Out game. I really like that game. Now, Punch Out coming back would be problematic because of the stereotypes of these characters, especially in modern days. I don't think it would be, but for some people, they would be crying on the internet, probably not even going to get the game, just crying that, oh, they're being racial or whatever. They're being problematic with the ethnicity of characters and stuff. That would happen online, and Nintendo would be like, I don't care. And I think that's why they are not doing a Punch-Out yet, because they don't know what to do with the character and how they can evolve Punch-Out as a game, because it's just a timing game. It's a fighting game, arcade style, but it's all about timing, kind of deal. And it's like a rhythm almost. But I feel like there's just so many good characters, so many good stuff they can do with Punch-Out, but they just don't do anything with this character either. It's like the Rocky of the Nintendo games. Rocky Balboa. So good. Star Tropics. Okay, I never played this one, so I can't say anything about it. I never played Star Tropics. But if you're a fan of this, yeah, I would say, yeah, just remaster, remake, or do something. But yeah, okay, that's it. That's the top, I guess, top 8 they did that I could see. Another one I would say is Masuriyo's Castle, the Takumaru Samurai game. I said if they wanted to, they could revamp it and make it more of a Ninja Gaiden 3D-esque game, or even like a Bloodborne kind of game or Dark Souls kind of game. I feel like that one could also work. There's a lot of games that like need to evolve over time and could change a bit. With F-Zero, same. They could make it like, I knew there was a concept that they wanted to do, but they couldn't fit it. Is they wanted to make it so you can get out of your car and look around and do different stuff while playing the game and racing at the same time. It was like a new story gameplay style. You could play around with Captain Falcon or whatever kind of story. I know that was a concept. They could go back and try to make that happen with that concept with F-Zero, but I don't know. Nintendo does things that people hate, and then there's stuff that people never ask for and they give us, and then it's great. So Nintendo's weird like that. You never know what you're going to get with Nintendo, straight up. You're never going to know. All right. Let me take that off the screen. Okay, so let's get into Borderlands. So we got a lot to talk about with Borderlands. A lot to talk about. Because Borderlands is crazy right now. How much shit Borderlands has been through right now, this new game. It's insane. So Randy, let's just talk about Randy real quick. Randy Pitchford, or people say Randy Bitchford. So, sorry about that. We're not ending it yet. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Let me click on this. This is by Pirate Nation. There's a couple here by him. Randy Pitchford says, get a refund from Steam if unhappy with Borderlands 4. What type of marketing is this? So yeah, he had that cope breakdown, and he started a thread on Twitter, and he's talking with people and saying how to play the game on PC, how it's supposed to be played, and all this. It's just, he's having a meltdown. Let's just say he's having a huge meltdown. And if we check Borderlands, let me check Borderlands real quick. Borderlands 4, here we go. So let's see on a Friday right now, how's it doing? So it has 158,272 players playing right now, and it peaked at 304 5 days ago. So this is the peak. I don't think it's going to peak bigger than 304,000. So it outsold Borderlands 3. okay, this is a good number. It's not bad. But what happened was it stopped. It didn't go up. So now it won't be steady. It won't be going anywhere. This is the problem where it's going to happen where there's going to be a lot of refunds, even though people probably did play the game. I feel like there was a lot of refunds. There's a lot of people probably waiting on it, waiting to be fixed and then play it, because I hear good things about the game. I hear it's a good, it's definitely better than the last game, I would say. But I hear good things about Borderlands 4. It's just the optimization, the game itself needs work. It has problems, even on consoles and PC, because you always hear the PC side of people are complaining. No. There's people on consoles. I will show you some of them actually happening, because there's actually console side. Check this out. So we're going to check this video out. Borderlands 4 on Xbox experiences massive frame drops. Developers don't care anymore. Check this out. Check this out, guys. This is Twitter, so. This is not my internet breaking up. This is the game itself. This is how bad it is. Look at these frame drops. Even though it's on Twitter. It's so bad. It's like slowing down. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy cow. Look how bad this is. What is even going on? It's a slideshow. Holy shit. It just literally, it probably crashed on that. That was on the Xbox. That's insane. So this is just Cope again. Cope about it. And here's another one. Here's by IGN. Borderlands 4 performance gets worse. The longer you play on console, Gearbox chief Randy Pitchford has suggested quitting the game and restarting as a workaround.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
That's crazy, dude. So they're telling gamers who play these games are really tied into the world to stop playing your game and restart the game every couple of times to see if it works. That's crazy. They're trying to find all these workarounds to make it work. That's insane. And then you have Randy Pitchford like melting down about it. And I heard that he's using another account and he's trashing on PC players too. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's insane, dude. Here's another one. Borderlands 4 developer Gearbox has said improving the performance of their game on PC is its top priority, with a patch due out today, September 18th. So the patch already came out, but I got to see these comments. Talk is cheap. Oh, shit. Show me what you did. Don't tell me about what you're going to do. True. Improve it, but I thought it was already really good, and Unreal Engine was doing a good job at how it's using software and hardware based on person who is responsible for Borderlands 4 PR. Yup. So now all the blame on these PC players. These PC players are the blame. Sure. We were all wrong. All of them are wrong. All these people are wrong. It's not us. Trust us. Why couldn't you just said, yeah, we're looking into it. We know there's problems in the game for PC players. We're looking into it and we're trying to fix it up. And we could have just said, Unreal Engine 5 is a dog shit engine. It's not reliable. Maybe it would have been better if we did lowered it to Unreal Engine 4 or used another engine instead. That would be a base response, but they won't say that. No. Lol, doubt. Such a change of heart. Wait, how does that work? Gearbox official. I thought Drive Magic said that it wasn't a performance problem, and we were just wrong. While that we, our customers, have became become way too accepting of such priorities only happening past launch and not long before it. Yep. I don't believe them. Yeah, so it's bad. It's bad. And I think there's an article here about too. No, that's Splinter Cell. We're going to get into that too. Here, Randy Pritchford says, get a refund from the Steam if you aren't happy with Borderlands 4. There you go. Borderlands 4 is coping hard. They're trying to fix up the game for PC and on platforms because I saw that one on Xbox. That's not good. That's horrendous. So, yeah, they got problems. They're going to have to take out Denuvo. They're going to take away that stupid spyware thing. They say they don't do spyware, but they do. They do spyware. They want to see all your things you do, you know. But yeah, that's Borderlands in a nutshell. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane what they're doing with that. Pretty crazy in general. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys playing Borderlands right now? Because I know some people in my friends list, they're playing Borderlands 4, but I don't hear anything about it. It might be doing bad. It's different for a lot of people, but I feel like it's a big issue that they don't want to bring up about it. So, I don't know. I don't know about that one, guys. I don't know. Okay. Let's get into the main topics now, guys. There's not really much to talk about in the main topics too, but we'll try to go as fast as possible. Let's do Splinter Cell first. Yeah, let's do Splinter Cell. All right. Netflix's Splinter Cell Death Watch will rip the spine of the source material, but keep the brain and the heart. Hey, yo, what the?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Huh?
So I did watch the trailer. I don't think I'm going to watch the trailer, guys, because Netflix was annoying. I did the same when I was doing the sneak peek teaser for The Witcher 4 or Witcher Season 4 for Netflix, and I had to chop it up and edit up. So we're not going to watch the trailer, guys. You can watch it yourself. It's pretty trash. Straight up, I watched it. I was like, oh, cool. A new Splinter Cell. Oh, it's Netflix. Oh, let me see. Oh, the animation looks like dog shit. Oh, it looks like every other cheap-ass animation that it's like Americanized anime-styled animation. And this one looks the worst. I feel like for like Castlevania and some others, they look okay at best. They look all right. But this one just looks very cheap. I don't know why. It looked really bad. And a lot of people are saying he looks like Omni-Man with... Yeah, he just looks like Omni-Man. And I can see it, actually. I can see it. I can really see it that it looks like Omni-Man. But it's crazy, dude. So let's see. Let me drink a little water. All right. My voice. On the one hand, Netflix upcoming Splinter Cell Death Watch will see Sam Fisher dusting off the night vision goggles for the first time in over a decade, which is crazy. I don't know why Ubisoft doesn't want to do anything with Splinter Cell. Oh, I know why. Because Splinter Cell is a based ass character. He's too masculine. It wouldn't work today. But on the other, like most video game adaptation, it will also play a bit fast and a loose with Ubisoft's original series canon. I don't know what that means. Following the initial announcement in July 2020, Netflix and Ubisoft would maintain radio silence on the animated series developed for the next 5 years before finally declassifying its first trailer. It's this past August 21st as part of this year's edition of annual Anime New York City convention. You know, I don't know why, like I said, it's Americanized anime. I feel like it's not even anime. It's like cartoonish, to be honest. It's like, I don't know. It has a weird style to it. It definitely does. Per Ubisoft's official synopsis, Splinter Cell Deathwatch finds Sam in Spider-Man. Wait, Sam. Spider-Man into the thing. Oh, it's voiced by him. Kingpin. Okay. Drawn back into the field when a wounded young operative, Xena Machina, seeks his help. So what I think is going to be, since it's Netflixified, he's an old man. And he's going to be messing up a lot. He's not going to be doing too good. He needs backup. He needs help. But he's helping this girl out. And it's going to be mostly less of Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell, and the main dude. And it's going to be more about this girl here. So it's going to be like they do Netflix all the time. They show you something that looks like it's going to be, and then it's not. That's what's going to happen. They did that with Dante. Lady had more of the spotlight than Dante in that Devil May Cry Netflix version. So they're doing the same shit again. Despite the agent's visible or older appearance, Fisher is still as stealthy and dangerous as ever. Disclosing additional information, Sam's return as the NNC International and Animation Film Festival, blah, blah, blah. Splinter Cell released 2002, the original. 20 years since the original Splinter Cell. That's crazy. Like, I'm more of a Metal Gear Solid fan than Splinter Cell. But to be honest, I kind of want to go back and play the Splinter Cell games. I remember playing them and enjoying them, but I never really beat one or really got into Splinter Cell. But I wouldn't be upset on playing it again. I think it's on original Xbox or something. But I think I could find it on GOG. I feel like I could. So, since 2002, the world has evolved, and that is something that we wanted to integrate from the start. The Ubisoft Film and Television Development Associate, no, the world hasn't changed. It's just your ideologies changed. Let's just say that. You change that what you're thinking of and it's like, yeah, I guess it changed technologically. Some stuff changed. Barely, though. What, like smartphones, that's it. And AIs and computers and stuff. But, like, everything else really didn't change. The Ubisoft Film and Television Department Associate Producer told Variety, technology has turned old strategies into hybrid warfare with fake news, energy challenges, and corporate involvement. Of course. Of course it's going to be all about that. Of course. Of course. And it's going to be AI. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole new world and that Sam has to investigate in our project. He acknowledges we also wanted to turn this U.S.-centered saga into a European-centric thriller, which is why we chose the road trip format to tell this 8-episode story. It felt like a good way to immerse our viewers into known settings with a brand new adventure. Oh, okay. They're going the Tomb Raider route, I guess. The Netflix Tomb Raider, which is also trash. Yeah, this is so bad. It's just, I don't know. This so many red flags, guys. I just can't. Curiously, despite the series' relevant popularity, one piece of the intel that likely did not choose to highlight in all their trailer debut hype is the fact that it's detailed by French news publication. And Splinter Cell Deathwatch is canon to the rest of the video game franchise. Oh, they're making it canonized. Ooh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would definitely not do that. Set in 2025, Sam left the command of Extran 4, added the outlet as machine translated by Deeped. Now a solitary farmer in Poland, he will have to return to services in what is sold as a road trip across Europe. The animations have also faithful recent Polish and Danish cities like Copenhagen, but above all, an adult dark thriller. Oh. In the light of Ubisoft's recurrence to highlight Deathwatch place and overall franchise, showrunner Derek Kuza, as recently asked by IGN, could clarify whether or not the Netflix animated series was actually canon, to which he replied that while he couldn't give a confident answer, Ubisoft's approach towards their collaboration suggested it was. Oh shit, that's not good. That's not good.
No!
I hope so, he told the outlet's Jim Vejvost, I don't know who that is, got a strange cold on their IP for good measures because they've got some of the best titles. Cope. Ubisoft doesn't have the best titles. They have all right titles, but they're not the best. I wouldn't say they're the best. Some of the best titles. But there were some things that that along the way were like, don't do that. And I'm like, why? And they're like, hey, we got other plans. Again, I only get to peer behind part of this curtain for their thinking in the long run. The John Wick franchise creator noted, oh yeah, there's a John Wick creator behind this too. Ooh, that doesn't mean it's going to be good. If you see the John Wick thing, it doesn't mean it's going to be good. You know, John Wick's good and all. I like John Wick, but doesn't mean it. But for what I want to do with the anime and talking in the future of Army, other spin-off they want to do, it's going like this fits the mold. Providing future insight into Deathwatch, potential canon status, blah, blah, blah. I just can't. This is going to be ass. Straight up, I don't think this is going to be good. I would be shocked if this is actually good. This animation looks so poor. The animation already turns me off. It looks so bad. I don't know why. It just does look so bad. I don't know. Is there comments? Let me see if there's any comments here. No comments. All right. But yeah, it looks so bad, guys. It looks bad. I might find something real quick. Let me see. I think I could find something for you guys. Let me see. It just looks horrible. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. For that show. It looks really bad. Sorry, I'm just looking into all this stuff. There's so much here, guys, too. I don't know. I can't find it. Whatever. Yeah, but that's Splinter Cell for you guys. Pretty upsetting, pretty bummer, I would say. It's a bummer. With that, yeah, Did not like that at all. That was disappointing. That was definitely disappointing to hear about, for sure, with Splinter Cell. Not down to see that at all. Not at all. But I don't know. What do you guys think, though? Would you watch it? Because I know I wouldn't. If you want to watch it, that's fine. You can watch it. You can enjoy it your own way. But I feel like majority of people don't like it. So I'm not the only one. But you know what? People might be also mixed about this. Resident Evil Requiem new horror system will play around with your emotions.
Huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean this new horror system will play around with my emotions? What do you mean? Well, let's read into it. Resident Evil Requiem developers have teased a new horror system unlike anything we've seen before. One that will play with our emotions. Okay. Capcom has planned a strong 2026 for its Resident Evil franchise, with Requiem releasing across all platforms, including Switch 2, which was announced, yes. The anticipation for the upcoming title is expecting high, and the latest exponentially high, and the latest teaser from the developers have brought even more excitement. Let's see. Resident Evil Requiem has a more old school feel to it. What do you mean by old school? Are we going back to RE1 kind of style, or RE2, or what's going on? Let's read. Spotted by MFPSE, Resident Evil Requiem MP. I can't read that. MPTSIT. I don't know. It's just numbers. Resident Evil Requiem director Koshi Nakanishi had produced and producer Masato Kamazara. Sorry if I butchered the names. I'm sorry. I'm not a Japanese speaker. Mentioned the new horror system during a recent interview with from Future Gaming Show. Okay. I don't know why they do that, but they changed the purples with the letters. I don't know why they do it. So you click on it. The developer first spoke about how Resident Evil 4 Remake and Village are more on the action side of the series, and Requiem is different. Okay. How different? More on the lines of RE7, RE2 Remake. Okay. The developers mentioned that we can call it old school Resident Evil, which features exploration, backtracking, and more. Okay. So we're going back to playing like RE2 Remake, but more like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 in Code Veronica. So we're going back to those, but in a first-person, third-person camera perspective. No fixed camera. Or what is it? Fixed camera. It's the one where, camera's down below and you don't know what you're going to see on the other side of the screen. Yeah, that kind of thing, which is awesome. So it's doing all this, and it's not going to be as action-oriented like RE4 Remake or just RE4 or Village, RE8. Okay. Good, but it doesn't mean that we're going back to what so why are we going back now after so much other versions like 7, came back to the basics again, and now we're doing it again, like the basics again, like, especially since I heard rumors that this is the last one in the franchise kind of deal, that this is the last part of the story. I don't know what they mean by that. It's just, we're doing what we did before. In some games, we did more action-oriented, and some we're doing actually more survival horror aspect of it. But from all the gameplay I saw, it didn't feel like that. It felt like Alien Isolation. I don't know yet. We have to actually get our hands or see more out of this. But all we hear is this and that, but we don't see it, kind of deal. But I could see it. Yeah, it's like maybe the aspects of it, like the exploration, backtracking, all that aspect from RE7, 2, 1, 3, Code Veronica, all of those, 0. Yeah, I could see that, all that stuff, because yeah, RE4 was more 1-to-1, and RE5, RE6, 1-to-1. 8, see, 8 had some stuff like that too. You had to search and do things, but it was more action orientated. So it's like a mix. The developer elaborated with that the upcoming title features core elements from the Resident Evil franchise, including combat, exploration, puzzle solving, and resource management. Resident Evil 2 and 7 reflect a typical game design approach for the series, where the horror tension isn't at its maximum for the entirety of the playthrough. Instead, it features dynamic pacing where players will find a really tense horror sequence, and then there will be a bit of what is that? Catharsis through peaceful exploration combat. So you have a breather, like a save room kind of deal, I'm guessing. But there's going to be high moments and there's going to be lower moments of like horror factor. Okay. Huh. I feel like every time you're in a safe room, you feel safe. That's the only time you feel safe. Most of the time in Resident Evil, you never feel safe, even if you're out of the safe room kind of deal. I feel like you're always on edge. If the zombie comes here, or if there's something going on here, zombie comes out the window, zombie comes through the door, he wakes up from the ground, all this aspect. So I'm guessing safe room, like the basic save room. So we're going to get save rooms again, which is good. Resident Evil Requiem will be a roller coaster ride. Here we go. However, there's a difference with Resident Evil Requiem, as the developers have implemented a new horror system that they cannot reveal more about at this time. To give us an idea, Nakanishi started think of the difference between the tension and the release being a certain sort of size of wavelength, as it were of that curve. He wants to make the distance between the two aspects bigger than ever before in the series, so that it become a complete roller coaster ride. So could it be that tension of like maybe the music? Because music, sometimes, most of the times when you get like jump scares and stuff, it's usually just the screeching music that jumps you. The frequency. So he's bringing a frequency. So a wavelength, curve of a wavelength, frequencies, kind of deal. A wavelength is like a frequency. So I'm guessing the music is going to ramp up, or the music is going to be unsubtle, where you feel always tense, I would say. Okay. But it's still going to be emotional, which I don't know how they're going to do that. It sounds like an experiment that we've never seen in a horror game before. But then again, when you see the gameplay, it just looks like Alien Isolation. So I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that. Nakanishi is very excited about when players finally understand what he was trying to say about the system. He concluded starting Resident Evil Requiem, new horror system is definitely going to play around with your emotions for sure. Emotions a lot, my bad. A lot. Okay, so it's going to play with your emotions, the system. I would think it's going to be something to do with the music, the frequency of the music being high pitch, and it's gonna feel scary. I I feel like stuff that jumps out is not as scary as the pitch of the music, or something that's screeching, or something that's just horrific in general. You know, it doesn't have to be grotesque. It just has to be, you know, unease. Which I was saying, it felt more Silent Hill-esque in some areas of RE9, but it's not going to be fully that. It's just going to be uneasy, unwilling, I think, unsettling kind of deal. I think that's what they're trying to do with this one. Yeah, RE5, we talked about that. RE4, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it of that. Okay, so old school, going back to what it was, but also using this new kind of horror system that messes with your emotions. That's pretty much it. Okay, for this game. Oh, well, hopefully we see more. Hopefully they do like a Resident Evil Direct kind of deal. That'd be interesting, but I want to see more of this. It's so vague right now what we're getting, just trailer-wise and everything about this game. Since if this is the last Resident Evil, like they said, story-wise in the lore, they're keeping it really silent at the very moment. They're just super silent about this game, which is good. It's really good because I know if they had all this info dumped, it would ruin the game itself. So they're keeping it quiet and locked and tight. So that is good to hear about that. So yeah, I am intrigued. I know it's not going to be like the Resident Evils I remember playing back in the day. I think it's going to be a bit different, but they're saying, oh, it's going back to that. I doubt that. I doubt that at all. But I'm still intrigued. I still want to play it. Since I'm a Resident Evil fan, I still want to try it out and see it for myself, kind of deal. Either way, yeah. So, yeah. Interesting bit there. I think that's it for me today, guys. We're going to end it a bit shorter than usual. We're not even going to hit the 2-hour mark because that's all I have today with topics. Yeah, but if you are still here, like the stream, guys. I'd appreciate if you do that. Sub if you're new here, if you like what I do. There was just a lot here to talk about. Not that much, but there was a couple here and there. But that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I'll have a good weekend all. I'll see you next week. I'll let you guys know in the post. I'll do the timestamps for you guys to check out what's new on here, what parts you missed out, what intrigues you. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm thinking about some things on the channel that I want to do. Maybe some more shorts. Like I said, I want to do some art books I have, or some interesting things in that department. Maybe on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. I'll see which one works. Not really a fan of TikTok, like I said. But maybe I'll do YouTube Shorts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think. Everything about that. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to have send off about that. Let me see here. I don't even know. Yeah, and that should be it for today, guys. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I'm just thinking already. Okay. Yep. See you guys. Have a good week all, and I'll see you next week, okay? Ciao.
Are you not entertained?